you've spoken to the mouth, you might have heard the story about how there's a axe in the lake and a water goblin, and I'm going to show you how to find that axe and then what to do with it to make the end of the quest. So this is a pretty fun side quest. Basically, you need to head over to this spot near the nomad camp, which is essentially an area by the lake. And what we're looking for is the water goblin's hut. So if you head right near the edge of the lake, and I'll show you where in a second, but you should find a spot here where you can see the water goblin's hut, which is a hut which is half buried in the water of the lake. Now you'll find some crayfish in this location, which I'd recommend picking up because they make for some good food. And then you want to head into the hut to find the next part of the quest and other parts of it. So this basically is a good marker for part of the story and an easy part to find. And then you need to head up into the hills to actually find the axe. So you're going to find the axe from the quest. I'll show you where it is, how to find it, and what to do with it afterwards. Because when you've finished, you can actually take it back to the mouth and show him that. Now in this chest you can find the water goblin's hose and some groschen and a fish. Not particularly useful. The hose isn't especially good. I haven't found a very good use for it at the moment, to be honest. Let me know in the comments if you find something decent to do with it, but you can see the specs on it aren't particularly good and there's nothing particularly interesting there. But what we're looking for is the next part of this. Now if you look at the quest log, you'll see that what you have to do is to find a little pier nearby and then walk up into the hills above it. So if you look more in the center of where this is, you'll see there's a little pier jutting out into the water. It's quite close to this A market in the middle here. So there's a little pier there. Then there's a path opposite it which goes up into the woods, and that's the area roughly that we need to head to. So if we head over to where that pier is, I'll show you where to do that and where to follow. So you should find a little path here leading to a pier, and Henry will react to it, letting you know that he's discovered it. So you'll find it in that area. And then what you need to do is basically follow the path up into the woods into there and look for an old oak tree as the next indicator. So from the pier, follow this worn out path towards the hills here, and then up and through and past these rocks. Should see a little tent there on the right hand side. Follow up and then you'll find the big oak tree here. And again, Henry will react to let you know you're in the right place. From the oak tree, you then have to find some rocks where supposedly the axe was smashed nearby. Now, this I actually show in a bit of an awkward way. I went around on the right-hand side here because I thought maybe these rocks were the place to go. But actually, it's a bit further back. And if you go around on the left, you'll find it. But you can go over the top here. And then what we need to do is head over to the left-hand side of where the tree was. And then from that spot, you should see this large rock on the left-hand side here. Again, it will react to this area, letting you know that you're in the right spot. Now, with that rock, what you want to do is basically head to the back of it. So from the back of the rock, head towards the river. So if you have a look there, you can see the river, and then you should find a grave that you can dig up. If you dig up this grave, you'll then find the broken axe, or the axe from the story is contained within the grave. So you do have to loot this. And you'll see that you've just got a broken axe and a bunch of other things as part of the findings in there. Now the axe, once you've actually grabbed it, you'll see the specs on it and the story. Obviously you've got part of the story, but you'll also get a notification saying to repair it. So once you've done this, you actually have under your crafting capabilities the recipe to basically just repair this axe. And you'll see that updates the quest to let you know that you need to repair it. So if you take it to the blacksmith and go about the smithing process, you can then repair the axe and basically bring it back to life. Now, it's not an amazing weapon, although it depends how far you are in the story, because early on it's pretty decent. But if you look under the axe section, once you go to the blacksmith section, you can see the adorned axe. It's got 91 slash damage, 45 blunt damage. It's not too bad, and it's worth around 700 groschen. But here we're just trying to complete the quest, so we're not actually after the money prospects of it. So what you want to do is just basically go about reforging that and then sharpening it up, and you should find that you then have that completed. Now you can now go back to the mouth and talk to him. So once you've got this, you can take it back to him and you can show him as an additional part of it. So you can then do that and finish this quest off. Hopefully you found this useful. Thanks for watching.